And now, for your listening pleasure, reaching for the bars.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Huzzah. What are we doing here?
Cheers.
What, you couldn't just do it with one?
No.
You had to
All
do
right,
it
I'm
with
not.
one. Okay.
Too far away.
If you're watching the video or listen, or if you're just listening, Andrew's doing nonsense.
You're probably not watching the video because of the lights.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's like an executive producer thing, but it's fine.
All right, see you guys later.
Wait, that's just a transition.
Yeah. And welcome. No.
There you go. All right. Today, it is December 26th, 2022.
Merry.
I hope you guys
Christmas
had
day
a.
after.
I hope you guys had a good
Nope,
Christmas.
there's no holidays right now.
I hope that you had a good Christmas.
All right, well.
It is the biggest shopping day of the year.
And,
Really?
and return
Oh, you
day.
know what?
Yeah.
Return day.
I do like shopping a lot on the day after.
I do not like it. I want to play
what?
with my stuff.
Yeah.
And then after that, I want to play with my Christmas presents.
Nice. We're on the same wavelength.
Ah,
man.
yeah.
Institute
I knew exactly.
So I didn't even say anything bad. Today I'm here with executive producer that we have not put him in charge of lighting yet, but now he's in charge of lighting,
Oh, I didn't know.
Andrew Weiss.
Okay.
Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody. I'm the lighting engineer.
Did you have a good Christmas?
Yes.
Nice. Tell me about some of the presents you got. To my left is Mr. Caleb Whitney.
Hi.
I'm Dusty LaBar, and Mabry couldn't be here today, but luckily our new member of the podcast, Meredith, said she would step in. Meredith, say hi to the folks. Oh, wow. Gross, dude. So Meredith
She
is...
can't talk. She's got a hole in her throat from smoking.
Is that what the hole's for?
That's why the speaker is pointing towards your throat.
Yeah, so Meredith was Andrew's, if you listen to the last couple episodes, it's one of Andrew's Christmas presents from us. But she was so gracious to step in. She's pretty tired. Andrew had her up late last night.
No, I didn't.
A little bit, though.
I
She said
refuse.
that's what she said. So,
I mean-
is she a liar or are you a liar?
She's a liar.
She seems pretty honest.
She
to
seems
me.
pretty honest, dude. Look at that makeup.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to believe somebody that wears makeup like that.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at the
opposite.
hair.
It's the
The
opposite.
texture of the hair.
So
right.
today we're gonna catch up on some current events and some stuff that's going on in the world, and maybe make some stuff up and tell you guys it's real. Not sure yet. Maybe some propaganda,
That's a good idea.
right?
I
You know,
think
the
so,
Boston Massacre was kind of...
Jesus, what?
I'm not joking.
It was what? Propaganda?
Yeah, kind of.
How do you feel about the Holocaust?
Okay, that
Did it
was
happen?
true.
Okay.
That's terrible.
Did you think the Boston Massacre didn't happen?
No, it did happen, but it didn't happen the way that America thought.
How did it happen?
I mean, it was it was portrayed like the British were just like shot them.
Yeah.
But it was like a confusing. The crowd was screaming fire.
Because it was something on fire.
No, like fire, like the shooting people.
Are you
shoot
sure?
fire. Yeah.
Are you sure nothing was on fire? And that people weren't just yelling, fire!
Well, that would be unfortunate, but I don't think so.
Yeah, there's no way for you to know. You weren't there.
This is what they tell you on the Freedom Trail
Who?
in Boston. The
Oh,
historians.
the propagandists?
the anti-propagandists.
Yeah, interesting.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Interesting.
They also
They
tell you
do.
that the Boston bombing didn't happen either.
Because, you know, John Adams.
Jesus. That happened.
I know it did,
Did
but
definitely
Andrew's like a conspiracy.
John Adams was like...
Quincy?
No. John Adams. not
Regular
his
John
son.
Adams?
He was...
John
he was,
Quincy Adams?
No.
Are you talking about John Quincy Adams?
The second president, John Adams, not the fourth president, John Quincy Adams.
Oh.
I feel like that's a little conspiracy.
Yeah. You think there was...
John Adams defended...
Was John Quincy
British.
Adams John Adams' son?
I think so.
Are you sure?
We can find out, but I'm pretty sure.
Because that means they would have lived in the same house at some point. And I just heard that the Bush's house was the only house to ever house two presidents.
Sorry, Adam. John Quincy Adams was the sixth president. That's on me.
Is that his son?
I just say sorry, Adam.
Because
Yeah,
Adam's
son of
Adam's
John
like...
and Abigail
The history.
Adams.
buff.
Okay, so I just heard today that President Bush Sr. and Jr. were the only house ever to have two presidents in it.
Where did
Like
you hear
their
that from?
house? podcast.
Joe Rogan.
No. It was
Oh yeah,
Land.
they're lying.
Oh, Nate Land.
Yeah. So this house, wherever they lived, also housed 2 presidents. So there you go.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I should.
Maybe though. I don't know if John Adams was in the White House.
You think
or
he
not.
left his what? No. I'm saying their family home was the only family home
Have
to
2
house 2
presidents.
presidents that lived in it.
Are you sure they weren't talking about the White House?
No, they were talking about they were literally talking about the family
lineage.
home.
The family
because
lineage.
the episode was on Texas.
Oh.
They were talking about the
Yeah.
family lineage and the fact that two Bushes were presidents, and they said no other.
Yeah, but there's never been a Bush as a president, right? Am I right? Come on,
No.
fist it, dude.
Right in front of Meredith.
She likes it.
No.
What were you just gonna do?
Yeah, dude.
Let's get off this.
Anyways.
We'll figure this out later.
No, I was trying to tell you that John Adams defended the 3 redcoats that killed the people in the Boston Massacre. It was the first murder trial in the U.S.
Oh, really?
Sympathizer.
He's an ambulance chaser. He was like the first ambulance chaser.
I don't know what that is.
Those are the lawyers that like chase after
Yeah.
like for small claims courts.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, he was defending them that the murder was unjust.
Yeah, that's like the same kind of person. An uncouthly lawyer.
We should. Never mind. This is something we can talk about off.
Go to law school and defend scumbags.
No, I was gonna say we should
Make a
we
lot
should
of
make an ad of us being lawyers, and then we hear sirens and be like, I need to get to my car.
Oh wait, that'd be funny. Whitney, LeBar, Cook, Weiss, attorneys at law.
So
Well, we
you're
need the
saying like
and sign in
they like
there.
go to crime scenes and like find what do you mean?
They go.
It's like a negative term for a lawyer that only defends like either like injuries or scumbags. Like,
like in a
like
wreck and need a
ambulance.
check.
They're just there for
Yes,
the money.
yes,
They're not
yes.
there for.
Did somebody step on your toe?
Call AG Whitworth.
Yeah, that's exactly right. What was the guy in Myrtle Beach?
87759.
What was the guy? What was the big guy? The lawyer in Myrtle Beach?
I don't know.
Here it's Alexander Shannara.
No. Oh, we'll talk about that later.
Alexander Shannara is
Oh, I know. I don't know. I don't know his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Dildo
Robinson.
D-O-U-G-H.
Oh, really?
No. His name was Dildo.
Robinson.
Actually, I heard that President Bush thing on Nate Land podcast. I guess they were doing the episode on Texas.
Okay.
So-
So I haven't heard that one yet.
So-
Well, maybe
Need to catch up.
Yeah.
no.
All right. So,
Adam can tell us.
Meredith, do you have anything to add? Adam's wiener. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, so let's start with the first thing. So we are recording this episode in advance, so we don't know the winner of the World Cup game. I'm just gonna put it out there.
I thought it was Argentina. Come on, I thought we were gonna
Could be.
pick it.
I don't want to fake it because then we're gonna sound stupid.
When Argentina got
When do we
the third
not sound
goal-
stupid?
when
The
Ar-
third?
when Argentina got
Do
the
you-
third goal when they threw to the left and
They never threw
Through?
it. Okay.
Through
so
to the left?
through pass.
nice.
Yes.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
So we could have been like,
And you threw out one terminology, and he's like,
we could have been like,
I know soccer guys.
do you remember that one part where France had the ball? We'd be like, yeah. Well, then Argentina got it right, and we're like, oh my god, yeah, it was the best part of the game.
Yeah.
And that guy fell. Like, oh yeah.
Yeah, and he stayed on the ground for an hour and a half.
So let's talk about that first before we get into like,
Oh,
let's talk about soccer and the worst part
Dude,
of
the
it.
flopping's got to stop.
yeah. Let's get to the worst part. and then
Stop
we'll
the
get to
flop.
Ooh,
2023, stop the flop.
Oh, I have. It is a problem because it is leaking its way into other sports.
Is it?
Last night, so
I know exactly what you're talking about. The end of the Vikings game?
No, this wasn't last night.
no.
It was a week and some days ago.
Okay, yeah, a week and some days ago, I was watching the
Right.
I was watching the Dolphins Bills game Saturday night.
Not last
On
Saturday.
the 17th.
Yes.
Yeah, on the 17th. Yeah. And Josh Allen's running. He goes out of bounds. The guy like touches him like this, and then he immediately wails himself on the ground hard,
Oh, no.
and it causes a big fight. They get a flag and all this stuff. I'm sitting there like, all right. I mean, soccer has caused flopping to happen in other sports now because they're getting penalties from it.
So I was asking Laura,
Drives me nuts.
and I was like, why not? Like, why do they just play it up so much? Like, obviously, at a certain point, the ref's not going to call it. You know what I mean?
It's overplayed?
Is
you
it
mean?
like they're committing to it so much that like at a certain point, the ref's not going to call it.
Yeah.
He's not going to go back 30 seconds because he's like, oh, he's really hurt, so I better call it. And she was like, well, they'll look stupid if they do that and then they get right back up. But that happens anyway.
all the time.
The guy will be like, oh, my knee, it's broken. And the ball will come back and he's like, oh, cool, I got it. Hey, go, hey.
Dude, my favorite is when they're like having an argument and the one guy starts running off and the ref is behind him and like puts his hand on his back and
Yeah.
like good, like keep playing.
Yeah.
And he touches his back and he goes, like,
Yeah.
it falls right on the ground. You're like, that was the ref.
Me and Laura were watching the game. This was a legit thing that happened between me and Laura. They, the two teams, I forget who they were, they started like getting each other's faces. Like they were going to fight.
Yeah.
And so I was like, go ahead and do it. Fight. And I was like, they're never going to fight. They're too big of whips. They're never going to fight.
No,
I would stand
not a
right
chance.
there in front of them. I'd be like, throw, let's go.
Let it happen. They should make it more like hockey and like let them just go fist fight. in
Now,
the
the
field.
only thing I will say is please pull up Zinedine Zidane headbutt.
Whoa. You can't say something like that and ask me to type it.
Zinedine Zidane. Just put Zidane, Zidane.
You've never seen this before?
There it is. Zinedine Zidane headbutt. No. Yeah, there you go. Image videos.
I mean,
So this is the only true soccer thing that I actually like. In the World Cup years ago, some guy went up to Zinedine Zidane, who was a well-known soccer player, and the translation they thought was something of like your mother's like the WHORE word. Your mother's a hoe. And that's Zinedine Zidane.
can you turn the sound off?
Yeah. I'll say what's going on. So Zidane's like, ooh, my lips are dry. And the goalie's like, dude, gifts me. And the ref's like, no gay stuff. Penalty. No gay. Hold on.
But
Anyway,
this is like an iconic moment in all of the World Cups.
so this guy walks up to Zinedine Zidane, who is a pretty well-known soccer player, one of the best in the world, and calls his mother something. And Zinedine Zidane proceeds to defend his mother's honor in the most awkward way I've ever seen. But definitely, like, at least you're like, all right, at least he did something. So let's fast forward a little bit, Andrew.
Okay.
If you're watching at home. Keep going.
Oh wait, there's the most viewed. Okay, he got a goal.
He got a goal. Zinedine Zidane with a goal.
barely.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a crossbar goal. I don't know if that counts.
It counts one underneath. It only has to break the plane, bro.
I'm pretty sure the refs that counted it probably know more than you, Andrew.
I'm just saying they should check it.
I mean,
They should look. They should go back to this game and look it up. 2006. We should check it out.
Oh, that was a sick headbutt.
They call it a header, dude.
I mean, come on.
God. So this is the 2006 FIFA World Cup. Yeah, 2006.
Germany versus these people.
It's France. France.
Is it France?
Yeah.
France.
I mean,
Keep forward.
I
Keep forward.
can't stand France as everyone, as a country.
Did you? If you want to see somebody flop, the Mbappe from France this year flops hard.
All right.
Keep going, Andrew. There we go. Watch. I think this is it. He's like, your mother's a whore. He's like, what do you say about my mother? You say my mother's what? Watch. Here it's coming. My mother's a what?
He reached for his face.
dude. He go back.
Why would you hit a man like that?
That's so funny, dude. Okay, so your mother's a whore. What? My mother's a what? Ugh.
That was right in his chest.
Yeah, and the guy's like, my nose.
Stop his heart.
He immediately reaches for the face.
That's the only time I've ever seen a soccer player actually retaliate physically.
Yeah.
To where it wasn't just like, I quit, I'm a little girl. Okay, we can stop, Andrew.
Oh, that's interesting.
The headbutt?
Yeah.
That's like a very famous headbutt.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen that?
It's
Oh,
almost as
even I-
famous. I think that's almost as famous as Mike Tyson biting off Evander Holyfield's ears.
You know, I've actually never seen that video.
It's crazy, dude.
Oh, my
Do you know why
gosh.
it's crazy?
Why?
Here's why it's crazy. He bit his ear off.
Yeah. Did he eat it?
He's like, ow, he just bit my ear. And the ref's like, it's fine. Everything's cool. Nothing happened. And then he bit the other one off. And then like they slowed it down. They were like, oh, he bit both of his ears off. It wasn't like a, and they were like, that's enough. This is
What
crazy.
kind of fighting was this?
Boxing.
Boxing.
Mike Tyson.
It's my
Yeah, I get that, but like, why did they allow that? That's like kind of
Well,
Well,
the
he
ref
didn't
just
see
didn't
it.
see
He
it.
didn't see it.
kind
in
of
the
not
first.
cool, bro.
I mean, he just didn't have the perspective.
So
like
the conspiracy is that Mike Tyson said he did it in the heat of the moment because there was some kind of foul. He was getting headbutted or something, but he came out in that round without his mouthpiece in.
Oh.
So they were like, "You were gonna do something stupid," and he went. They tied up and he.
I mean, he's a little psycho.
I'm crazy.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Mike Tyson.
Anyway, flopping.
Anyways, flopping.
Yeah.
Worst thing you can do in sports.
So is rugby could it be more opposite than soccer?
Yeah, so you weren't here for this, but
Good story,
we
dude.
learned,
That's a really good
We
story.
learned that soccer
Oh,
and
yeah.
rugby have original they like basically were like from forked sports. So they came from each other, I guess.
They came on each other?
Yeah, because it used to be called rugby football and rugby
Soccer?
rugby football, and then football association football, and association football.
I mean,
soccer.
but one, you hold the ball in your hands.
I guess I don't know, man.
Okay, I think Andrew's.
Are you making this up? Do you remember this?
Yeah, they
don't
weren't
know.
the same sport at the same time.
No, but like
they were different sports. This word, the names of the sport came from different organizations. So like rugby was like the rugby association.
Yeah.
And then the thing that he was talking about is like the football association in Britain, they would shorten words and terminology to like as like get like slang.
Yeah.
So like association, they made it assoc, and then instead of saying like the football association, they'd call it assoc, and then became soccer eventually, like down the timeline.
Oh,
And,
wow.
like, rugby stayed rugby.
but British started soccer.
So it was like two guys were like, I like this game with a ball. And one guy was like, I want to be able to run with it in my hands. The other guy was like, no, that's wimp crap. I want to be able to kick it. And that's how they went? That's how they split?
Probably.
So my thing with soccer is,
And it's called soccer.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but I enjoy the sport itself. Like the sport is a great sport, but the guys that play the sport, I don't have any kind of respect for them at all.
Girls soccer is better.
Girls soccer is more fun to watch.
Yeah, it's more fun to watch.
They don't flop around all the time.
It is so annoying. So obviously they're trying to get a penalty called, but they do, like you watch them, and there actually is a penalty. I thought this was true, and I asked Laura to confirm. There is a penalty for flopping. Like if a ref catches you flopping, he can, but they never call it.
Yeah, I was about to say they flop all the time.
And now that soccer has VAR,
They should.
why
not go back and watch
instant replay?
Well, I was about to ask, like, in my opinion, like they have one ref on the field, right?
They have multiple refs in the field.
Well, but they have like the
A main
line
ref.
refs,
Yeah,
but
they have a
like,
main ref. Yes,
the
correct.
rule ref is one guy, right?
Yeah, and then now he has a VAR ref that's in the booth,
Okay.
and he's watching the thing.
Hopefully
But
that makes it
here's
better.
where soccer gets it wrong. Is they can, like, you know how in the NFL, if it's like if a ref misses a holding penalty, it's just like it doesn't matter. Like it's
You missed it, yeah.
Well, in soccer, they can go back and call a penalty,
Oh, really?
which is so annoying.
Yeah.
Because if you miss it in play,
That's-
like you miss it, dude.
yeah.
You can't go. Imagine how bad football would be to watch if they could go back and they would be like, "There's holding. I want to challenge it."
Yeah.
And they have to go back and be like, I
mean,
mean,
It's like a 3rd and 24 play, and they're like, "Oh, we remembered there was a pass."
yeah, I mean,
interference
dude,
earlier."
could you imagine? That was for a little bit, right?
Yeah,
You
they
could
had
call-
it for 1 year, and
it was
then they would
terrible.
challenge it, and the refs refused to ever. So, like, even if it was blatant, obvious pass interference, the refs would never reverse the call because they were too prideful of the fact that
But it would
I
be
didn't
like,
miss anything.
It would be like
so
multiple plays earlier.
it was
Also,
worthless.
well, no, it was just like
it had to be in
normal
the same
VAR.
play.
But soccer, yes, correct. Soccer can go back like it can be like 2 minutes later because they'll let the play so that nobody gets like affected by it, and then they'll be like, "Oh, it was a penalty," and they'll
Now,
call it back.
In soccer, do their coaches have like in football, their coaches have access to the replay, and they're like, "Hey, you need to challenge this before they snap the ball."
They don't have access to the replay, do they? No, they're not allowed to have live videos on the sideline.
the coaches.
Yeah, they can't. Nobody can have live video on the sideline.
They'll watch the replay.
Oh,
They
maybe
have
watch the
people-
the
They'll have it on
screen.
the
Yeah,
screen,
yeah,
or
yeah,
they'll
yeah.
watch it. They have like pads where they can watch it.
I didn't think they could have actual like live video. I thought they had to be still pictures.
They have guys like up top in the booth
okay.
that have it on like overhead cam.
Oh,
and
I'm
stuff like
learning.
that. But
That makes sense.
that's what. So like they'll like call down and be like, "Hey, you need
that was-
to challenge it. We definitely caught that ball on the sideline, whatever it is." And that's why I'm asking soccer if they have live replay.
They
and, like,
don't
because
have
that's annoying. Like 2 minutes, like, all right, hey, like 5 minutes ago, so and so did this. You should challenge it.
The coaches don't have anything to do with the VAR.
Okay.
It's an actual VAR ref.
Oh, okay.
So the ref has an ear thing in, and the guy will be like, "Hey, there was offsides." Like he's watching every play.
Yeah.
So if there's a missed something, there's another ref. So nobody has anything to do with it. Yeah. It's just the refs. But it is the worst institution of instant replay.
Yeah.
The soccer is the worst because I was like, they can call a penalty off of VAR. Because like in the NFL or another sport where there's instant replay, you also play off what the refs are doing. So like if a ref is being real easy and not calling pass interference, you might play a little harder.
Yeah.
Like he's not calling easy pass interference. I can play a little harder. Well, that's you playing the game.
Yeah.
That ref's being like, oh, it's going both ways. You
Yeah.
guys get a little tougher on each other. Maybe the offensive guy gets away with a little bit more. But like if you have to go back and look and call every single one, it's a nightmare. And soccer guys are super wimpy.
Yeah.
And I have a problem watching a sport where I feel like I could dominate each of those guys physically. Like he's like, I'm a professional athlete. I'm from France.
That might be why I don't like Tua.
Because you could dominate him physically.
Yeah, I mean, he's a little pansy.
Caleb's like, get on your knees. Tua's like, no, I'm Samoan. He's like, kinda.
Oh, wow.
Not the good kind of Samoa.
You're gonna be Samoan these balls.
But no,
I don't know what that
can't
is.
say that. Go watch it.
back on soccer though. I mean, it's a fun sport to watch. Like I said, I enjoy watching the sport. I think there needs to be some advancement in some of the rules to the game, like you were talking about, like the flopping stuff. Actually, utilize the call of flopping and stuff like that.
Definitely utilize it. If they gave if the refs were like, this is enough, and they gave a red card to one guy that like, you're like on the normal game, the guy will just go down and not be touched.
Yeah.
And if they were like red card,
Well, like the only reason they flop is because they're trying to overplay so the judge looks and assumes something happened.
Correct,
right?
exactly.
Why don't they just put more judges that are watching more players or more refs?
Dude, you're talking about an instantaneous thing where you can't really see that he wasn't touched. Like
Why
these
does
guys.
it even matter?
What?
Then why does it even matter?
Because it's like a part of the game. Because those guys literally practice set pieces, like where they're taking free kicks. It's like part of their offense. Like they have to get those free kicks to win the game.
It's not just them out there like, all right, here's the ball, let's go. Like they actually have a plan and have the organization to what they're doing.
So like when they take free kicks, like you're like, oh, they practice this a lot and they want it. You know, he'll be like, oh, especially in the box. Like the guy will go down in the box hard, but they do it to get those free kicks. But and like change the flow of the game or whatever. But I think if they did it one time, they were like,
But isn't that like
card.
are you
asking
raise
does it
any
suck?
feathers? But does that not like
What is the term raise any
raise
feathers?
Is that not the term?
I'm not sure. I've never heard it. Raise any feathers?
I think that's a phrase.
Maybe. I don't know.
Raise any dandruff?
I'm not saying that you're wrong. Who says that?
I don't know, exactly. Because like a dog, like
Needs some head and I don't
dog's
want
dandruff comes up.
I told my
whatever.
my
I don't wanna
hairdresser.
prescribe you
I
to
told,
Head and Shoulders, but
I told my barber that I have a friend that showers with Dawn, and she was like,
I mean, I don't know why we got to be talking about it.
and she was like, "Is he just being stubborn?" And I was like, "I mean, kinda, yeah." She's like, "There's no benefit." I was like, "I know, I hate it."
It keeps. I have oily scalp.
She said they use it to burn the oil off the ducks.
Exactly.
Yeah. She's like, "It's not good for your body."
I mean, I feel like it
Okay,
is.
sorry, I don't know. Why I got there.
anyways, what was I gonna say? Oh,
You were saying
yeah.
raise any feathers?
Well, okay, so like to be
Ruffle
honest,
any feathers.
Ruffle-
Ruffle any feathers.
Ruffle the
any
feathers.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, so I don't want to raise any feathers, but
Ruffle, say ruffle.
ruffle any
Okay,
feathers.
thank you.
Is this going to be an elf situation again?
Well, the Elf the movie. I haven't watched it yet.
We're gonna watch it today. I'm gonna punch you in the face. Say elf.
So I don't want to ruffle any feathers, but if the main objective of your offense requires you to break the rules of the game, is that not a faulty point?
I mean, you
It's
take
not
advantage.
the best. It's not the best.
You take advantage of the rules. I mean,
Yeah, you're supposed to take advantage, but
to be fair, like so the only reason I talk about football so much is because it's something we all kind of know, like football. Like a coach is
fumbling football.
like a offensive lineman is going to hold no matter what.
Every
and
play.
At every single play. They're going to hold the defensive lineman no matter what until the ref starts calling it.
Correct.
And if the ref starts calling it, then they'll be like, all right, I need to start blocking a little bit better. Yeah. Like it's the same thing in soccer. It's the same principle.
Yeah, but but what Dusty was talking about is like there's specific majority of the like there's plenty of games in soccer that are won based on only a free kick.
Sure, of course, that's important.
Yeah.
It's an important part of the game.
Yeah.
I think that's dumb.
They're trying to gain an advantage by having ability.
I mean, I like watching the free kicks; they're cool, but
they're super cool, especially when they make it drop or like
it's
spin or
pretty
something.
sick.
Yeah, it's great.
But so it's like, why don't they just make that more of a real part of the game?
Here's here's something different. What if every time there was a flop, the player that flopped and the guy that did the penalty had to fight?
Oh, like hockey a little bit.
Yeah, like hockey a little bit.
That would be fun.
I saw a funny video. It's
And-
like, all right, here's the deal with soccer. What we do is we just need to, less people on the field, maybe like 5-5, something like that. Make the field a little smaller.
That's
right.
Yeah.
Put the goalie in some bigger gear. Cover it in ice.
All right, I see where this is going.
And let them fight.
So I will say this. This is so soccer, along with just about every other sport that you can possibly play, is like until you go and perform it. Like like Mabry and I will sit here and be like, oh, those guys are a bunch of little pansies, all that kind of
Which
stuff.
they
they
are.
play.
Which
But-
they are.
Yeah.
But until you go and actually play it, you don't have the same amount of respect for like what they're able to do. Like the skills with their feet is
Oh, it's
unbelievable.
incredible, yeah.
They're unbelievable. But
Yeah.
but like I didn't have like the respect I had for like hockey players until I went and like ice skated for the first time. And I went ice skating. I was like, these guys are insane. They're unbelievable. The balance they have on ice, on skates, and then be able to coordination with a puck and stick and everything.
And get the J shot.
What?
That's from Jack.
It was something
Jack Frost.
from Nazi, the J shot.
But I mean, these guys are definitely
Hit him with the J shot.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, they're skilled at their feet.
yes. They're elite athletes
Yeah, they are
that
elite.
have perfected a skill.
They've got pretty good
They're
cardio for 90 minutes.
I don't know if they're
and
elite.
You're telling me
And to be fair,
like
that-
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh, he's a
probably
monster.
like he's huge and he's fast as all get out. Now, to be fair, he's also had a lot of like Tom Brady type facial reconstruction surgeries and stuff like that to make him look like a douchebag. But still,
I think
Like-
an elite level athlete could do multiple sports. I bet you Cristiano Ronaldo cannot catch.
oh, I mean, well, once you go down the path of like a professional route of like this is the only sport I focus on, then I mean, yeah, you're gonna suffer in other aspects.
But I mean like
No, I disagree with you. That those are all skills. If you're
Like, I
an
think
athletic person, you've been like that your whole life.
I'm
you
just
will
okay.
learn
Who do you
those
think is more elite, an NFL wide receiver, or a World Cup soccer player?
just
Oh,
like in
I
general.
see
No,
what
no,
you're
a
saying. I see.
World Cup striker, because I set a position for football. So a world class wide receiver, Justin Jefferson.
I see what you're saying. You're saying that like
Yeah, but
You're saying
not,
that if-
you're not looking at the inverse though. It's like Justin Jefferson couldn't dribble a ball.
No. What I'm saying is is the physical gifts that somebody like Justin Jefferson has been given are different than a physical gift from a soccer player.
I disagree with that. They
I-
just honed in on a skill.
Yeah, but it's like saying like
you're talking about. So he's talking about pure athleticism. He's not talking about like skill. So like,
Yeah, but you just think that it just so happened that Justin
all right,
Jefferson
stop interrupting real
lived
quick.
here
Let me explain this to you.
Okay.
So like, take Tyreek Hill. He said, I'm taking Tyreek Hill because
Oh,
I think
you're a Dolphins fan.
exactly. So say instead of taking the route of playing football and making millions of dollars in a sport that actually is respectable in America, he took the route of playing soccer and honed in on soccer skills. He would probably be better than every single one of the strikers on the USA men's soccer team right now.
No, I agree with
because
that.
of his skill, because he developed it, but mainly because of his athleticism and how much more athletic he is compared to everybody else.
But I don't necessarily think he would be better than Cristiano Ronaldo.
I think he would be.
why do you say that?
There's no evidence to prove that. Just because he's like, say, if we're saying he's our best athlete in America,
He's not.
I'm not
but
saying
like,
he is.
We're just
but-
using him as an example, yeah.
Then I don't. Just because of that doesn't mean he would be better than
you're
them.
Well, no, I'm saying athletic gifts.
outweigh.
There's a reason. There's a
Yeah,
reason.
but you have like a bias saying that football athletic gifts are more impressive than soccer.
I'm saying because
The
they can
most-
do a lot more.
The most freakish athletes on the planet.
They
right
trained
now.
to
I'm
do
telling.
that. It's not
I'm
like
telling
they
you
came
right
out of the
now.
womb.
I'm telling you right now. Coming from a football, the most freak athletes on the entire planet are basketball players, and then the second one are tight ends in the NFL. Those are the two most freak athletes on the entire planet.
And that's why you should always take a tight end.
Christian, oh my God! Did you make the playoffs?
I almost did. And
So-
actually,
wait,
you know
hold on!
what?
Shut your face. What does almost did mean?
Our league was crazy, dude. The second, third, and fourth of each division were all tied.
Who ended up having the best record in the regular season?
It's like Caleb got in, and
Who
he
ended
was
up having?
tied.
Who ended up
Yeah,
having
but
the
I've
best?
scored more points than him.
Yeah,
Who ended up having the best record in the regular season?
He's
It
losing to
wasn't
me right now.
Was it you? No way.
I
it was
have
you.
to check. Oh, it was me.
Did you really? Yeah.
Yeah, coming from the guy that complained all season, my team is terrible.
My team was trash.
Does anyone want to trade with me?
Dude,
my team is so bad.
my team was trash. I got lucky. The games that I won, it was like 79 to 84. Like I didn't have these unbelievable games. Like
And now he's playing me in the playoffs, and we have to play 2 weeks in a row.
although Waddle had a great game
Yeah, I did.
last Saturday.
But
Okay.
so did Mostert.
And,
which-
but
So-
they didn't
well,
do too
hey,
high
listen.
yesterday with the Packers. The
Listen.
Packers wiped the floor with them.
Hey, listen. I hear what you're saying about the soccer thing. I'm not even going to acknowledge it. Although Packers do have a shot to beat the Dolphins.
I mean, they do.
Or they did, and you guys know what happened. Yeah.
They do. It did.
Cristiano Ronaldo is the best soccer player, and he's more athletically gifted than us, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I'm not saying
I'm saying if you compared athletes, apples to apples, some athletes in their sport require a higher demand of athleticism, and that's why they play that sport.
I just don't agree that like you're.
I'm shocked that you don't agree with me, but
all I'm saying is like athleticism is trained, and these people are trained.
Athleticism is not trained.
Yeah.
Athleticism is
in a specific sport.
No,
those
that's
are all
a skill.
skills.
No, it's skill.
Athleticism and skills are different.
Yeah, but I just
All
how
right,
can
all
you
right,
say
here-
just because he honed in on the football skills his whole life that Ronaldo couldn't have done the same thing if he was born in that position?
Because he's not as athletic.
He doesn't-
just
like,
purely
why?
God-gifted athleticism as someone in
how
that.
could you possibly know that?
No,
I'm
not
watching him.
Now, if he say he was honed in on football and he played football his entire life, he would probably be like similar to like a Wes Welker or an Adam Thielen, who are kind of like your second tier wide receivers in the NFL. I'm not saying he's not good enough to be a professional athlete.
All I'm
but
asking.
what I'm saying is he's not. He is. It's Ronaldo and Messi. Like he is soccer. He
Yeah.
is the face of soccer.
Yeah.
He would not be that in a different sport.
Yeah.
But my question is, what attributes make you think that about him?
So Tyreek Hill is I almost guarantee you is faster than Ronaldo. Faster, like foot race.
Okay, let's find out.
Also has more muscles.
Muscles are trained.
Hold on a second. No. Well, yeah, but it's also genetics, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
you naturally,
he can be that fast and also carry that muscle mass and do it for a long period of time
but
and
you're
jump higher.
assuming that Ronaldo couldn't just because he's leaner and a soccer player.
Well, he has found a body type.
the last one. He can jump higher.
What did he say?
He can jump higher. He can run and catch at the same time. Right? I mean, he's
So-
just athletic. I mean,
he runs and hits and jumps and hits a ball with his head into the net at the same time.
do you think it's harder to run, jump, locate a ball,
I don't
catch
know.
it with your hand? I'm telling you right now, I could throw a soccer ball near you and you could probably get your head on it.
All right,
Would I
Andrew.
be able to get it to the top corner directly where I needed to in the net 40 feet
Maybe.
away?
But I bet you with a defender on your back, you're not catching a football.
Andrew,
I
let me
just
put
think
this
you
in.
can't compare apples.
Let
to
me
apples
try.
here.
Let me try to put this in perspective for you a little bit.
Right.
I mean, you can disagree with us if you want to, but you're wrong. So say, all right.
It's a good debate.
So I started doing CrossFit in 2014.
Okay.
And I spent, I don't know, a few years learning all these different skills in CrossFit, getting better at them, training them, getting better, all that type of stuff. Mabry started CrossFit in like 2017 and came in, very first day, did a ring muscle up.
Sure.
Because Mabry is more athletic than I am.
Yeah,
he
but
didn't. He was able to pick up on the skills quicker. He was able to perfect them a little bit better. Now Mabry is much. I mean, he's a much better.
Can we cut this out so Mabry doesn't hear it in the episode?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay. go ahead.
But do you see like
I
Mabry's a
understand.
better athlete than I am, so he's
Mabry
able to pick up
also-
on those skills and able to apply them quicker in the sport, and then he's able to train them at a harder or more aggressive pace in training.
Andrew has this weird hang up where he doesn't believe that genetics play a role in.
No.
It's kind of like you have like this weird hang up about it. You're like, it's not genetics.
I
He's
just
like,
don't think,
I just don't
pointing
think,
to
I just
genetics
don't
is a big thing.
think
And
Jewish
especially-
people deserve.
Oh my god.
Hitler was right.
No.
No, dude, the fact that you
Especially-
are fighting the genetics thing so bad, there's a reason that
Yeah, but
there's.
you guys are assuming that like Justin Jefferson and Messi are not similar genetically just because they.
I
are
can
different
prove
now.
to you that they're not similar.
All right.
I'll just pull up a picture. Dude, genetics play a huge part in why
I'm not
people
saying
and why
they
the only
don't.
0.001% of people make it in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm not saying
All
they
right.
don't, but what I'm
Agree,
saying is
agree or
like,
disagree. Real quick, I'm not trying to agree or disagree.
Okay.
If soccer was the main sport in America, and that's what every little
we
kid
would dominate.
It made
Exactly.
you and
but that does not have to do with that. Has to do with the fact that America is just good at training sports.
can I put it this way to you? You'll understand. I hope you understand. I hope you understand what I'm about to say.
Like, what do you like?
Listen.
what are you trying to say,
Stop.
that we have
Stop.
better
Stop.
genetics in
Stop.
America?
Stop.
'Cause I'd be
It
careful.
is,
we have more athletic people.
dude. Listen.
Yeah, but that's because. of
Listen.
our-
Stop.
go ahead.
Stop. Why do young like African American males choose certain sports to focus on when they're going through high school and college?
Well, probably because that's what their role models are doing.
No. It's a goal because of the money they can make.
Well, sure, that probably
Right.
is
So-
part of it
so,
too.
like,
But
in-
I would say
in
more
Amer-
so
listen,
because Michael Jordan does it.
Nope. These guys are looking at the fastest route to make money. That's why when you hear like, oh, Patrick Mahomes got drafted in Major League Baseball and the NFL, why did he choose to go to the NFL? Because he can make more money instantly.
Well, yeah. Oh,
So-
at that point, yes.
But
Yes.
that's why they choose these career paths, and then they get drafted in multiple sports because they're the most athletic people on earth.
Yeah, I get that.
So people weren't calling Ronaldo and be like, hey, man, you also want to be a running back in the NFL? Because he doesn't have that same athleticism. But these guys are like, hey, you could play baseball, you could play football, you could play basketball. There's multiple. Antonio Gates was like, dude, he just never played football. And they're like, you're athletic.
Yeah.
Be in the NFL.
He
He
just
was
did.
like, okay.
Kurt Warner was bagging groceries at
Are
a
there
grocery
any
store. And then
examples
became,
of foreign people coming to America to play football?
Yes.
That
Yes.
didn't play football in
Yeah.
college
The-
here?
yeah, absolutely.
Rugby players.
Yeah,
Rugby
yeah.
players.
And
Yeah, but that
and
translates.
and also
Sure.
one
So
lacrosse player from Penn State played for he won a Super Bowl with the Patriots.
Really? What do
Yeah,
you do?
he was a wide receiver.
Oh, wow.
So like, I mean,
He's got a
there's
stick in a net out there.
no. So like, but the rugby players that he's talking about. So one rugby player that I know for a fact is the left tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles, and the guy is naturally gifted. He is 6'8", 345 pounds, and can move his feet quicker than anybody else. I mean, he's just naturally gifted to have those abilities and be able to carry that weight to play that position. In the rugby, they showed him in rugby, and he destroyed people because nobody is athletic as he was, and he would run over people, and it wouldn't be even a fun game to watch.
So do you think the inverse is possibly true in places
think
like
I'm-
Germany and Argentina?
I think I'm arguing the wrong thing. Like soccer players are absolutely the top. World Cup level soccer players are in the top whatever percent of athletic people on earth.
Yeah.
For sure.
No.
I'm just saying that positionally or like athletically, NFL players have a lot of physical gifts, and because we make the most money in that. Now, these guys also, there's also like, I mean, there's so many arguments. This like soccer is very, in these, like the reason why people like in Spain and Brazil are so good at it is because it's the cheapest sport. So like as a kid, you need nothing. Like those kids in Brazil, if they don't have a ball, well, they just kick around something that's round.
Yeah.
And they become unbelievably good at it. And yeah, the cream rises to the top eventually.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Football is so popular in America. Well, football is hard to reproduce somewhere else in a different country because it's
This is the system.
it's
we
so
kinda have,
expensive.
like-
so
It's
expensive, dude.
Yeah.
That's why, like, look at hockey, for example. Like, hockey isn't played in every country.
not people in Uganda like,
Yeah.
when's hockey practice?
Yeah, exactly. And
But
then,
yeah, even in America, hockey is pretty like for younger.
It's a preppy
kids.
boy sport.
I
Yeah,
remember
it's a
I
preppy
wanted
boy
to play, and my mom was like, "The closest place is like an hour away."
Your mom was like, your dad's in the military. You think you're playing? We don't have any money. Shut up.
now, hockey players are now the same thing goes with hockey. Like, I think you could probably take football players, and if they trained in hockey their entire lives, but I think hockey takes a little bit longer to learn the skill. Like, you need to grow up on ice skates.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dude, like,
that's
think
why
about-
Canada's so good.
Think about this. If you put what's his face for Tyreek Hill
On
in
skates.
a USA soccer jersey, and you're like, dude, all I want you to do is run towards goal.
Just
Just sprint past people. Somebody's gonna be like, well, we have to guard him. He's so fast. Like we got to put somebody on him. Has he ever played soccer? Nope.
I mean,
But he's way faster than all of us, so we at least have to mark him.
All right, U.S. team, you guys need to try something. They just need to get a bunch of good NFL players.
Well,
Put them out there.
I mean,
Well, the issue and Dusty was a little bit on it with the money thing, but I think another issue is like fame, right? So like you grow up as a kid, you're not.
I mean, I'm not
I
arguing.
mean,
that
most
kids are not gonna
most
choose
houses don't have the World Cup on Sunday.
Yeah.
They're gonna have like take here right now, like this morning or last week.
yeah.
At 9 a.m., everyone might have tuned in to the soccer game, but when it comes to like noon Central Time, they're going to watch football. Every single Sunday, they're going to watch football. And that's what kids grow up with. They're watching football. Or kids grow up with basketball and they're watching basketball or baseball or whatever it might be. They're not growing up watching soccer because the soccer league in America isn't that popular.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just the fact of the matter. But
Our team USA sucks at soccer. Hey, I do want to tie this
They got to
into
the semis, right?
They did not do good. I do want to say this:
They had good
2023 is the Rugby World Cup.
They have rugby World Cups.
I don't believe that USA is going to have a team,
probably not.
so we should pick a country
Yeah.
that made it, and let's all watch rugby because rugby's pretty fun.
Do we want to?
It's
Okay,
got to be Australia, right?
Can you search who rugby World Cup teams?
it's gonna.
2023.
Do you want to root for like the underdog, or do you want to root for like the haymaker?
Well, I think we want to root for a mostly white country, and then.
Well, because
no, nothing. Okay.
Yeah,
you want to root for the. I think it's the Netherlands that have.
Oh, it's in France.
What?
like the Netherlands or
Are these the teams
New
that?
Zealand? New Zealand.
Oh, these are the
not
teams
Netherlands.
that. I mean, that's basic.
yeah, that's what I.
These are the teams that qualified. Qualified teams. There you go. Nice, dude. Keep going.
What are
New Zealand.
All right, I'm gonna say this. You guys are gonna make fun of it, but the New Zealand All Blacks is what their team is.
Oh,
Oh
really?
wait, you know what? Go up a little bit. I feel like Tonga is going to be a rough team to play against. You know what I mean?
Tonga.
Yeah, keep scrolling down. Wales made it. Fiji.
Dang.
Hey, look, our state made it. Georgia. Yeah.
I used to live in Georgia.
Well, they made it in the World Cup. I don't know how they made it as a state, not a country. That's weird. But keep scrolling down.
England sucks.
Japan's going to get dominated,
Japan?
dude. I almost guarantee you there's like 30 black dudes that live in Japan and they're all on this team.
Oh, we should go for Samoa.
Samoa is Tonga and Samoa are going to be very similar teams.
That's kind of cool.
When does this start? Matches, yes.
Rugby is a fun sport.
September 8th next year.
Okay, so September 8th, France versus New Zealand. We're watching it.
I mean, New Zealand's.
We have to learn the rules.
I'm pretty sure the top two teams in rugby are. Where's it at?
France.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not going to France.
I'm not going to those freaking quitters.
Am I right? Spineless. So
We have to learn the.
I'm pretty sure it's New Zealand and what's the other one?
New Zealand definitely has the All Blacks, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's who. And then it's. Scroll back down.
Against the Georgia Whites.
Yeah, go back to the teams. It might have been England, I wonder.
England?
It might have been England.
Well, world rank is 5th. Let's look at the rankings, Andrew. Tell us. I can't really see who's the best. Who's number 1?
Oh,
think New
it's
Zealand.
France is second. It doesn't say who's first.
Did the first team not make it in the world? The first team in the world didn't qualify?
says
Ireland?
Ireland.
Oh, dude, we're taking Ireland, son. Oh, let's go.
Maybe we'll be stoked on that.
Dude, we're going to start. Dude, as soon as the World Cup starts, Guinness season.
Guinness.
We're only drinking Guinness and we're watching World
You're
Cup.
gonna drink Guinness?
Dude, yes. I'm all in. Irish whiskey and Guinness.
doubles.
What?
Doubles?
What do you say?
Beer.
Same
Oh.
here.
So we're going to do Guinness and Irish whiskey the whole month of September.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do Sober October.
Actually, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, are we going to pick Ireland?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
So let's get Ireland jerseys.
We just jump right on the number 1 team. We're like, yep, let's go.
Yeah, Ireland.
That's like becoming a.
Packers fan usually.
No, it's like becoming a Kansas City Chiefs fan right now.
Well, that's what Laura did. Who's going to win?
To be fair, you like winners.
I do like winners. So we have to learn the
why I'm a
rules.
Dolphins.
Somebody has to take the lead on being the expert on the rules.
I'll look
got
them up.
you.
Oh,
No, not you.
Okay, I'll
You're
do it.
gonna abandon it immediately.
Yeah, I'll
It's gonna
look
be
it up.
September 8th, and I'll be like, Andrew, what are the rules? And you'll be like, actually, I didn't look it up. I'll figure it out. I'm pretty good at figuring rules out.
It's just like football.
I played rugby for like 2 weeks in college, and I was like, these guys are psychos.
Dude, that was the funniest. That's like a college thing. Like
Everyone played rugby in college.
Well, yeah, it's like I can't tell you how many times I went to like a Senate meeting or something, and the guy would get up every time. He's like, "Just letting you know, we're doing a open rugby invite. Everybody's invited.
Rugby club,
We're like, nobody wants to play rugby. Sorry,
dude. You
Come
want
on, do a shoey.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Like you want to talk about some like tough individuals. So the university I went to had a deal with another university in Ireland where we got a lot of foreign exchange students from Ireland. And our entire rugby team was our like guys from Ireland, and they were psychos. I mean, just psychos.
You'll do nothing. You'll do nothing.
Sit down, you.
nice.
You'll do nothing. All right, great.
All right. So what else
So
do
we're
we got
gonna
going on?
Okay, so I think we need to talk about this. I'm gonna curse. But it doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
We didn't institute the neighbor
Yeah, I
get to rule.
did.
No,
He did actually.
I'm gonna say it though because it's what we've been saying.
All right, whatever.
Oh, are you gonna?
Big dick Brock
I wanted to
Purdy.
say it too. I was gonna say it if you.
He is the second coming. He may be the GOAT already.
Yeah.
Is he?
Can you look up Brock Purdy passer rating? He may be the GOAT already, dude.
It's so we are saying this at when he's played two games.
Yeah, 2 games after this. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but
He's gonna choke like this past weekend. Everybody's gonna be like, "This guy's a
Dude,
idiot."
he's played 3 games and has balled out in all 3.
out of control.
Really?
Made the Dolphins look stupid, but the Dolphins suck anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Does it say his passer rating, Andrew?
113.
So he was the last player drafted in the 2022 draft.
Really?
The last
Dude,
player.
he was.
Mr. Irrelevant.
Where's he from?
Iowa State.
Iowa State, that's
Iowa
right.
State.
I was like, it doesn't even matter. I don't even know if he went to college.
Not even the real Iowa.
Hey,
Click.
go Cyclones, baby.
Hey. No, it's the Iowa Eyes. Everybody knows that. Brock Purdy stats right there. He's thrown in 3 games, he's thrown for 678 yards, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. What's that, 67.9?
That's his passer rating.
Oh, QB rating. I mean, dude.
That's not bad.
Tua has the highest passer rating. It's because he's a pansy.
That's because one of the games he was out with 17 concussions.
Brock Purdy. If you take the B and put it at the P, it kind of looks like Birdie is Brady. Are we sure it's not him?
No, Etsy. He looks like a hardball.
Sometimes you're hard to listen to, Andrew.
He looks like
I'm
a.
here to make conspiracy.
You know the coaches, hardballs.
Yeah.
He looks like them.
You think his dad is one of the Harbaughs and they had an affair with somebody? And
Maybe.
6'1", 220.
You heard
you
it here
see-
first, folks.
did you see that
Dang, dude, he's younger than me.
he's younger than all of us.
Oh, are you just realizing?
I'm getting to the point in my age where like these guys are like, this guy was born a year after me.
You know what? You know what made me happy? Because I grew up watching football with my dad,
Yeah.
and sports in general. And he's like, man, that kid's like really good and stuff. I was like, yeah, that kid is. He's like, you're 13. Like you can't be saying that. And then I got to the point,
that kid is pretty good.
all these guys on this field right now are younger than me, so I can start saying this kid's really good. Yeah.
My favorite thing
No,
was
it's hurting my ego for
we
sure.
were watching Brock Purdy play, and he threw like 2 touchdowns back to back. And they show a picture of his parents in the stands, and they're crying. Laura was like, "Oh, that's sweet." They're really. I was like, they're not proud of him. They see the dollar signs. His stock is going up, and they're like, "We're about to be rich. Let's get it."
That was like Matt Stafford last year with his parents.
Dude.
They were fine. They were like, finally.
Dude, you don't even understand. What's going to happen is they've got what's their quarterback? Trey Lance.
Yeah.
And they got Jimmy G. They're going to come back healthy. Somebody's going to make a trade for Brock Purdy, and that dude's going to get paid.
You don't think San Francisco's going
So,
to track you?
No. They made a move for Trey Lance. This is a
did they?
throwaway guy.
Trey Lance is like
He's their future.
Trey Lance is their dude. But it's gonna be funny because
I like Garoppolo, man. I'll be honest.
Oh my
he's short,
God.
but
he's trash.
He's not that
He's
bad.
not short though. He's like my height.
Which one's the one? Oh, Heineke. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Heineke.
He's tiny.
Are you just going to pronounce everybody's name wrong?
He's also not tiny. He's also like 6'1".
He's like Aaron Rodgers.
Short.
He
Aaron
looks short
Rodgers.
behind him.
Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers, he's 5'4". We're like, all right, Andrew. All these guys are 6 feet tall.
This guy's making Trey Lance's career like he's putting a lot of pressure on Trey Lance because
So he's,
I mean, if Trey Lance is bad and they trade this guy away, they'll always be like, we should have kept Brock Purdy.
I think
kept him.
I almost guarantee
surely
you.
they're talking about it, right?
I almost guarantee you that they're going to come out with some kind of blockbuster trade next year, and I think he's going to go to the
Packers.
Raiders.
Oh, Raiders.
Yeah, I think the Raiders hate Derek Carr.
Dude, he's terrible for
They're
them.
like, we need to get rid of him. He was like, I'm not that bad. They're like, you're terrible, Derek Carr.
And he was like,
We could trade you away for anybody we want.
yeah, literally. Then Derek Carr was like, I need my right hand man back. Please get Devontae Adams. And
Dude,
then
Devontae Adams is having a
an
season.
awful season.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Is it
The
big
Raiders are having a bad season.
Devontae Adams is
having
going
a great
off, dude.
No, that's
Yeah.
fair.
He's like the third in receptions.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
But
Andrew's like, Devontae Adams is having the worst year of his career.
I'm basing that off of like 2 games I watched, and like he didn't get any throws.
what is going to happen with him is I think Dusty's right. I think he'll get traded for like some like picks or money or whatever it might be.
He'll go for nothing.
And they're going to start him and he's going to like not do well because I mean, he does it's the system the quarterback runs.
Yeah.
So like take Tua, he's having a great year this year, but it's because of the system. He's not a good quarterback.
Caleb just finds a way to say to his bad.
The Dolphins should get him and then design a system like Kyle Shanahan's.
Are you saying the Dolphins should get Brock Purdy
Yeah.
over
Oh,
Tua?
honestly,
Yes,
though,
Tua's trash.
Dude, if they had this guy, they'd be unbeatable.
Anybody with Brock Purdy is could be in the running for the GOAT in the next 5 years.
I mean, maybe.
Look at
Tyreek
it.
Hill,
All
Waddle.
depends on the system. Tom Brady is not a good quarterback. He was brought up in Bill Belichick's system. That's so like people are like, oh, Tom Brady's the GOAT. Yeah, okay, yeah, whatever you want to say. He won a bunch of Super Bowls, but Bill Belichick is the reason. That
Caleb said, yeah, whatever. He went to a couple Super Bowls, whatever. It's not even that cool.
like Aaron Rodgers is 10 times the quarterback that Tom Brady ever thought about being.
Yeah,
but
that's why he keeps getting the
and-
MVP.
And the reason that Aaron Rodgers can't win a Super Bowl is because has terrible coaches and terrible systems around him.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, they're like, we're not going to draft any wide receivers ever. And he's like, not any.
I don't know. Christian Watson's turning up, baby.
I mean, I don't know about that.
He's doing pretty hot.
He's caught.
I don't know if I'd call it hot.
He's been hot the last couple games.
Andrew's only saying this because he's on his fantasy
He's on my
team.
fantasy
You know, I picked up Christian Watson before he had a good game, and then he had one good game, and I dropped him because I was like, this will be the last one. Then
Did you?
Andrew picked him up. And I was
Well,
like,
because I
damn it.
had him from the beginning of the season, and then he doesn't do anything, so I dropped him.
You had him from the beginning of the season?
Yeah, and I guess you picked
He
him
got
up.
hurt. He was like hurt for the most.
Yeah. And then I was like,
He had one good game for me. Anyway,
But yeah,
so
Brock,
this is
Brock Purdy is the man.
BDP.
I like him. Yep. I mean, I think he's going to be reaching for the bar sponsored athlete. We're going to reach out.
We should ask him.
you should.
Be like, dude, let's be
That was
honest.
the perfect time.
We'd be like, let's be honest. You were the last pick in the draft. Nobody's talking about you.
Mr. Irrelevant.
If you were on RFTB, if you were Big Dick Brock Purdy on RFTB, I mean, he walks out there with swagger, dude.
Dude,
I haven't seen him play yet.
He
wears, you want to know why he wears number 13? In honor of the great Dan Marino.
Joe Montana.
No.
Oh,
I just said Dan Marino.
Joe Montana. Doug Flutie.
Oh, gosh.
But
Hey, Doug Flutie's pretty good.
he had one highlight
He's a really good player.
in Canadian football.
Round 7 pick, 262.
He's the last pick in the whole entire draft.
Dang, that's wild.
this
That's a Brady come up story too.
You're the third string quarterback. You're the last pick in the draft, and Trey Lance goes down, and you're like, oh, I better start practicing.
Dude,
and then Jimmy G goes down, and they're like, Brock, you're in. He's like, uh-oh.
They said he's like really good because he goes against the best defense in the league every day at practice.
Yeah, he's on the. Who's their backup now?
They traded for a guy named, I think it's like John Johnson.
Oh boy,
And he came.
Johnson.
He's been. You should look up how many teams he's been on.
John Johnson.
You should look up how many teams he's been on.
This dude is just getting traded.
He's been on like I think over half of the football
Been
teams.
on
In this.
34 teams. You're like, it's not even possible.
I don't know if it's John Johnson.
Oh, Long Johnson.
That might not be right. I think it's Johnson is definitely his last name. You should just look up backup for the 49ers.
I bet if you look up Johnson and write football, it'll probably come right up. That's a joke.
Josh Johnson.
Josh Johnson.
Josh
Oh,
Johnson.
so close. But yeah, he's been on like I can't tell you how many. Like I think 15 at least. Maybe
God, that's a
14.
lot of teams.
He's just like the travelman.
I mean, they should make like a video about this guy.
Josh Johnson.
And
He's just like, I just sit on the bench, but I just hop around.
He's like, I just sit on the bench and make money, bro.
He's been.
that's right.
No
I've been-
CTE.
I've lived in LA, Chicago, New York, and Miami in this the past 4 months.
If you could be one position in the NFL, like what position would you want to be?
Backup quarterback.
Second string
I don't know,
lineman.
See the.
Second string lineman.
Yeah.
Do you know how often linemen go down? You'd see so much playing time.
Dusty's like, now it's time to relax. Dusty, you're in. What?
Third string lineman. Well, no, second string lineman, you still get pretty good money. What is the base salary in the NFL? Is it 600 grand?
500,000?
Oh my.
Dude, that's pretty good.
That's if you get on the
That's
53-man roster.
That's the base.
So not practice squad,
Practice squad, I think they can negotiate with you.
like under 500,000. They're
Yeah.
like, all right, 400,000.
yeah, that's
You're like, dang it, fine. To play football, I guess.
I told you guys about that. The James Harrison, the famous linebacker for the Steelers back in the day.
The guy that got out of breath when he ran that ball back.
I told you about the interview that he had, right? Because he made at the end of his career, he went to the Patriots and they made it the Super Bowl his like last season, and they're like, oh, who you giving your Super Bowl tickets to? Like right before the Super Bowl, he's like, I'm not giving my Super Bowl tickets to anyone. I'm gonna sell them. He's like, if my family wants to buy them, they can have them. They're like, they're like, what do you mean? He's like, He's like, listen, I remember back in the day when it was hard. I was only making $60,000 a year on the practice squad. I worked my way here, stuff like that. I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure most Americans would love a $60,000 a year.
You're like, dude. The reporter's like, dude, that's like 4 times the average.
It's like,
Dude, be cool.
it's like, you sound really pompous right now.
Back in the day when I was only making $120,000 on the practice squad, like on the practice
I
squad,
couldn't even feed my kids. You're like, what?
I have 40 kids.
Every single one was a different woman.
Yeah.
In a different city.
Yeah.
I have 40 kids and 50 mistresses. Huh? What are you talking about? I don't know who's whose.
I just bring them all to the same daycare, and I hire all my wives.
Are you saying he employs his wives as daycare workers? Yeah. Jesus.
They don't get paid much.
This sounds like a lot of this sounds like some kind of sex trafficking thing. Yeah.
It's a cult for sure.
We should talk about cults.
Yeah, we should do a whole episode on cults.
Okay, next episode.
Happy New Year.
I mean, I won't be here. I don't know if I'll be here or not.
You'll be here. We planned this out strategically so everybody would be here in the next episode. That's why we're doing one today or yesterday, December 25th on Christmas.
You're welcome, guys.
We're in the studio.
You're welcome.
On Christmas morning.
All right. Well, since today is December 26th and we got to talk a lot about soccer and football. Do you have any more football stuff to talk about?
I just wanted to say.
Oh, yes. Go ahead.
Just because Dusty pointed it out recently. I think Mike McDaniels, the coach for the Dolphins, is the funniest coach in the NFL.
He is the funniest coach in the NFL.
You get paid more for that?
Did you see what
did
you see what he said to Justin Fields?
No. Is he? No.
He told Justin Fields to stop scrambling, and then in the press conference, they were like, "What did you say to him?" He said, "I told him to stop scrambling, and I just want to let everybody know that he's not very coachable."
The Dolphins got a lot of heat because they
That's a
had
good environment,
whenever they were in LA playing the Chargers, they had heaters on their sideline. And it was like 55 degrees in the stadium. And they're like, oh, they're not going to do well in cold weather games. And the next week they played Buffalo. So all week long, he had T-shirts made for all the players and said, I wish it was colder.
Dude, he says some...
Was he the guy who walked past Tua and was like, Georgia's better than... That's funny.
He did, whenever he was with the 49ers, he did an interview. There's a guy that is a reporter in San Francisco named Mike Jones, and he it was like a Zoom interview. It was during COVID, and he hopped on the call, and he's like, Mike Jones, what? Mike Jones. he's like, go ahead, man, you can ask your question.
One of the funniest things he said recently is there was a guy on the sideline, and he had just done a kickoff return, and the guy made a guy miss, and Mike McDaniels walks up to him, and he's like, hey, man, that thing you did where that guy tried to tackle you, and you didn't let him, that was pretty cool. And the guy was like, he's like, a missed or a broken tackle, and he's like, yeah, and just walks away.
I kind of love it.
I mean, dude, there's like a bunch of quotes. There was like he is really funny.
I mean, honestly, that's a pretty good environment. I feel like people would just excel.
I think that's probably why they're doing so good, because it's a little relaxed. But he was like yelling the side, like something's happened with the clock, and he's like, clock, clock. Cool.
He's like the exact opposite of what the Dolphins had as a head coach before.
Oh, really?
Like, the exact opposite. Yeah. So it's definitely working.
He's very funny.
Yeah, he's good.
He's like what I would want to be as an NFL coach. He's just like bopping around, like talking crap to people. Hey man, that thing you did when that guy tried to tackle you and you didn't let him, that's pretty cool. The guy was on the sideline like,
what?
A missed tackle?
Maybe LaFleur should take some notes.
LaFleur's not even the coach, dude. It's Aaron Rodgers. LaFleur's like, hey, I think we're gonna run.
Dude, you can tell.
We're gonna run.
He's just being pushed.
He's like, we're gonna run Power Eye, and Aaron's like, nah, I don't think so. He's like, yeah, good call, Aaron. It's a good call. It's a good call. It's a good call. Yeah. No.
He's Aaron Rodgers is in the huddle. He's like, all right, you're gonna run this route. And he like draws it on the spot.
When new receivers come in, Aaron sits down and he's like, the first thing I want you to know is that we never read the playbook. I'll tell you what to do in the huddle. And by God, if you don't do the route I tell you to do, you're dead to me.
You're off this team.
Like and Rodgers sits down with Matt LaFleur. He's like, I don't care what you do with the defense. You can coach them up as much as you want, but when it comes to the offense, you shut your mouth.
Matt LaFleur's like, I'm an offensive-minded coach.
You're like, are you inoculated? You better back up. Have you done any bloodletting? I didn't think so.
Yeah, he's like,
I'll be clean. Right now. He's like, Aaron's in the huddle. He's like, all right, I want you to get open and you to get open. I'll throw you the ball.
He gets in the huddle. He's like, all right, guys, listen up. Matt's vaccinated. Can't trust him anymore.
He's waxed and vaxxed. Like, get him out of here. So since today is December 26th.
That's actually what's been going on, Matt. And Aaron's just like really anti-vax. He's like, Matt's vaccinated. Can't listen to him. And everybody's like,
Aaron gets in the huddle. He's like,
we're all vaxxed. He's like, oh, no.
Jesus, God, no, you all have Down syndrome. How are you going to play in the NFL? So I thought we would do some fun things about December 26th.
Okay.
It's the day after Christmas. Kayla brought up that it is the biggest shopping day of the year because the best sales.
Yeah.
I think it's, what, is it really the best sales?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's like the day after Christmas. People
Everyone,
are like,
it's like a conspiracy theory that
here
Black
we go.
Friday is or Cyber Monday is the biggest sale day, but December 26th is actually the biggest sale day.
and if you
because you get all your money for Christmas, you can go spend it.
and if you see Laura and you get gift cards and all that kind of good stuff, yeah. If you see Laura, ask her how good her presents were because I nailed it this year.
Nice.
I've transcended present buying this year.
Transcended.
She didn't ask for anything. She didn't give me any hints, and I nailed it. So you can ask her about it.
I got her the metaverse.
Yeah, I got her, dude.
I mean, you're not giving anything away.
I gave
'cause
her.
this is coming out
I gave her
afterwards.
Did you get her
a
a
coupon
star?
book for sex. So she just fills one of those
Crushed
off.
it.
Crushed it.
That's exactly what
She's
a
like, are there
pregnant
any,
woman
like-
would want.
Is there any foot massages in here? Like, nope, all sex.
She's like, "Is this a blowjob?" You might want to save that one. There's only 4 in that booklet. I wouldn't go use them all.
Like, but we can make some exchange.
If you want to trade 2 sexes in for a blowjob, we can talk about it. She's like, wow. Best Christmas ever.
She's like, so what's the return policy on this?
She's like, you just got me this booklet. I know, I love you. You want to cash one in right now? So December 26th, do you want to do pre-1600 events?
Jeez.
Or do you want to go right to the 1900s?
I mean, are there cool 1600 ones?
Let's check it out.
All right.
1825, advocates of liberalism in Russia.
That's not pre 1600.
Oh, sorry. 887,
What?
Berignar
You
is
keep saying 8.
887.
Oh, that's far before.
887.
Never mind, you're right.
Is elected king of Italy by the lords of Lombardy. He is crowned the Iron Crown of Lombardy at Pavia. That's something I bet you didn't know about.
Yeah, I didn't know half those words, so we can skip to the 1900s.
Okay. 1776. This one might surprise you.
All right.
American Revolutionary War. In the Battle of Trenton, the Continental Army, the good guys, attacks and successfully defeats garrison of Hessian forces, the Jews.
No.
It says it right here, the Jews.
No, it doesn't.
It does not. No.
I was like, starting to lean over.
Caleb was like,
Because you said the good guys, and then you went to the like, God, that was such a bad.
who wrote that? Looks like Adolf. 1793, Second Battle of Wissembourg. France defeats Austria. That's a very important day. Let's keep going. A theater fire in Richmond, Virginia, kills the governor of Virginia, George William Smith, and the president of the First National Bank of Virginia, Abraham B. Venable.
Interesting.
Hey.
No, stop.
But I mean that.
No.
I mean, you know.
Move on.
That was 1880 or 1811. 1825. Oh, we said
Sucky
that
day
one.
to die.
1860, like Christmas, woo! Oh.
I didn't get to play with my presents.
1861, the American Civil War, the Trent Affair. Confederate diplomatic envoys James Murray Mason and John Slidell are freed by the United States government, thus heading off a possible war between the United States and the United Kingdom. That was good.
Oh, heck yeah. We should have done it.
Nice. It's similar to a Brittany Griner trade.
We could have just
Oh,
ended
boy.
England altogether.
I don't know if that's...
I mean, sorry, I was going to get off topic.
Was it about Brittany Griner?
Yep.
Yeah. In 1919, now we're going 1900 to present. Babe Ruth of the Boston Red Sox is sold to the New York Yankees,
Ooh, that's the worst trade of the world, right?
allegedly establishing the curse of the Bambino.
Yeah.
Yep. They were like, this guy can hit some home runs. Let's get him out of here. In 1941, Andrew's favorite president, Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Is it really? I don't think it is. I've never said that.
Teddy Roosevelt is your favorite.
Teddy Roosevelt. FDR.
FDR was in a wheelchair. That's why you didn't like him.
Yeah, and he started
That's
Social
right.
Security that I will never get.
FDR.
You said specifically you didn't like him because he was in a wheelchair. That's what you told me off air.
Made him look weak.
President, yeah, he was like,
I mean, he kind of did.
if you don't,
But
if
he
you don't,
served 4 terms.
if you don't stand for something, you sit for
I
everything.
mean, he died in
4
office.
terms.
Yeah. He died in his 4th term of office.
Who did?
FDR.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm positive. They didn't put in a rule.
Are you 100% sure?
I'm 1,000% sure.
1,000%?
Yes. They didn't
more
put in
than
a rule
100.
that you had to be it was just like a gentleman's agreement that you had to do 2 terms. That was the max. But then
And
they
then he-
actually made it a rule.
And he
But
was like, sure,
he kept
sure.
getting elected because of World War II.
Okay. Because it was a good war. They were like, let's keep this rolling, baby.
Well, they were like, we probably shouldn't be changing leadership.
So he signs a bill establishing the 4th Thursday in November as Thanksgiving Day in the United States.
Who did? FDR?
Yeah, on December 26th.
Oh. Did he kill the first turkey? No, that was Nixon, right?
No, I think that was Bush.
Oh, was it?
I think you always think it's Nixon, but I'm pretty sure it was Bush.
Wait, do they have the option to pardon or kill the turkey?
I don't think they ever killed the turkey.
I think the point is they pardoned a turkey.
Yeah, I don't think.
How
are you
funny would it be? Yeah. How awesome would it be?
Done pardoning turkeys.
He's like, oh, you could. All right, Mr. President, you can either pardon or kill this turkey, and then they're like, all right, photo shoot. He's like, what?
If that's
oh my god!
if Jacko ever becomes president, Jacko Willink, he'll be like, yeah, give me that turkey, I'll pardon it. All right,
We need to teach the kids how to hunt.
I'm gonna spill this like the blood of our enemies.
He comes out with a shotgun. He's like, you're pardoned to death.
He brings out a shotgun. He's like, it's not what you think, and then he beats it to death with the back of the gun.
It just turns to a camera audience of all these kids in like pilgrim outfits.
And they're all like, World War II in 1944, George S. Patton, Third Army breaks the encirclement of surrounded U.S. forces at Bastogne, Belgium.
Baston.
Say Belgium.
Then they had waffles after that.
In 1948, the last Soviet troops withdraw from North Korea. Idiots.
When was that?
1948.
Oh.
We should have kept them in there.
Yeah, they probably should have.
In 1975, the Tu-144, the world's first commercial supersonic aircraft, surpassing Mach 2, goes into service.
Talking to your mic.
Oh, sorry. 1980, witnesses report the first of several sightings of unexplained lights near RAF Woodbridge in Rendlesham Forest, Suffolk, England, United Kingdom, in an incident called Britain's Roswell.
I've heard of this. This is the one where the military people went out and they went looking and they said they saw it in the forest.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good story.
Yeah. We should do another episode about aliens.
And
Yeah.
talk about how the British lie.
Yeah, let's do that.
I mean, they are. It's interesting. It's very interesting.
This one's pretty interesting
Yeah.
because it's
Dude,
another,
aliens
like,
are crazy,
military.
dude. Do you follow Jeremy Corbell?
Do you think I'd follow Jeremy Corbell?
It's not Jeremy Corbell's not like coming out with stuff every week.
Yes, he is.
I mean,
He's literally coming out with stuff every week.
I mean, he's coming.
He's just
out
That's
with stuff every week.
Oh well, maybe.
You
He's
don't
kind
know
of a
him.
weird guy. He reminds me of like who's that? Not Seth Rogen, but
Joe Rogan.
no, he's the guy. He's in Wolf of Wall Street, the sidekick guy, and
The psychic?
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill. He reminds me of Jonah Hill the way he talks.
Well,
Do you hear me? Do you agree with me?
no,
Jeremy Corbell,
I don't think so. No.
kind of like Jonah Hill.
Not to me.
I think so.
All right, let's
don't
talk
know
about
who
some
Jonah
famous births. Phil Spector,
Who's that?
an American singer-songwriter and producer.
Phil Spector. I hardly know her.
What? I don't like you sometimes, and that's
my
this is
favorite joke.
specifically a reason why. I'm trying to find people that you would know. Ozzie Smith, 1954,
Was he an Aussie?
American baseball player and sportscaster.
American.
Okay.
Not even an Aussie.
I'm only picking American.
I think it was OZZY.
Lars Ulrich, 1963. Tim Legler, American basketball player and sportscaster.
Sounds like a loser.
These people all suck.
Jared Leto.
Oh,
Dude,
Jared
How
Leto
old do you
doesn't
think
suck.
Jared Leto is?
I mean, I'll give a hint. Oh, hold on.
Oh my God, that was really confusing.
Yeah, sorry.
I'll give a hint. 1 minute and guess it.
I'm gonna guess. I mean, he's got to be pretty old. 68.
Oh, he's born in. Oh, you want to guess? It's not 68. It's not.
No, like he's 68 years old.
You think Jared Leto is 68 years old?
Yeah.
Do you know who Jared Leto is?
Yeah.
Are you thinking of Jay Leno?
Oh,
He's definitely thinking of Jay Leno.
Let's see how close I was on Jay Leno. 72, not bad. Not bad.
Is this a 72?
He's 72.
He just got burned really bad. What a weird thing to say. He just got burned bad. He was in a terrible fire.
That sucks.
Yeah, he does not look like that picture
Maybe
anymore.
he shouldn't be a terrible person.
Why is he a terrible person?
All people in Hollywood are terrible people.
Did you just say you're happy that he got burned?
No, you get what you got coming for you sometimes.
Andrew will look at me in the episode and be like, dude, don't say stuff like that. It's crazy.
All right, here's
Jared Leto was born in 1971.
He was always 50.
Oh, he wasn't 1971.
That means
He wasn't that far off. You said 68.
I mean, he's what, 40 something?
Oh, you said 68 years old.
Yeah, he said 68 years old.
Oh, I thought you meant 1968.
No, if he said,
I was like, he's not that far
I
off.
feel like I can't think of that many movies that he was in.
That's not.
he's literally in the new, what was the one he's just, Morbius.
See, I didn't see it, and everybody said it sucked.
It did suck, but that's a movie. Look at the movies he was in.
I get it. I'm looking at it. He was in American Psycho as what?
One of the guys that he kills. He really was. He's playing Phil Collins, and he grabs the axe behind him, and he's talking
that
to him.
guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's a good
yeah,
scene.
yeah.
Huey Lewis.
He's in Fight Club. I don't remember. Oh, Huey Lewis.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right. It's Huey Lewis.
Huey
Yeah, you're
Lewis
right.
in the news.
A lot of people don't know this, but and he's got that beautiful shiny axe.
Dude, I freaking love that movie.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's a good movie. It's all in his head. None of it ever happens.
Yeah, well, that's how serial killers get started. Let's see some other people.
That was a spoiler, right? Like,
What for?
yeah.
Dude, that movie came out in 2000.
I'm just
It was
saying.
too-
I'm just saying. Some people, but maybe no one watched it. You're like, it's all in its head. It's like, oh, well, that just
no,
ruined the entire
well,
movie.
Not really, though, because it doesn't say that in the movie.
Kit Harington was born in 1986.
Kit Harington.
I think he's on the.
That's a man.
It's he's on that HBO show.
I don't have HBO.
House of Dragons.
Game of Thrones.
Dragons
Thrones.
RC.
He was Jon Snow.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Look at you, Jon Snow.
He was in,
You do nothing.
he was in Eternals.
Oh,
Who was? Oh yeah, that's a good movie. Eternals is a good movie.
Silent Hill.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh.
Let's talk about some famous deaths.
Oh.
Ooh.
Andrew Weiss, 2020. I'm just joking.
You're going to feel real bad if I post this
If it's
episode
self-inflicted, if it's
and
self-inflicted, it
hey,
doesn't count.
You know what? I'm on the 26th. I'm flying in a plane.
I hope so. I don't know how else
Where are you
could do
flying
that.
to?
I'll be flying back here.
On the 26th?
Yeah.
Over water.
Probably
No.
not.
Oh, you're
He's going
fine.
from Massachusetts to.
I'd rather
Here.
be over water. So if
Why?
it crashes, you won't die
I
necessarily.
mean, you're still gonna die.
I mean, what's malfunctioning?
If you live through the landing, the shark's gonna get you, dude. Like,
Yeah, dude, you're not making it if you get in the ocean. I'm just telling you right now.
you're less likely to live if you die or crash over water.
Yeah, you're screwed. Harry S. Truman died in 1972,
Harry
December
is-
26th.
Nice. Sure.
Truman, the Truman Show.
No, a little different. A little. I like how I'm looking for famous people that died. Reggie White.
Oh.
Aw.
That is kind of sad.
R.I.P. American football player and wrestler. Wrestler. Well,
He wasn't
wrestler.
he wasn't as famous for wrestling.
Like WWF wrestling.
I think so.
Okay. Gerald Ford.
How young was he?
He was pretty young.
I think he was 49.
No, not even. Oh, that's his spouse. Yeah, you're right, Caleb.
Gerald Ford, President of the United States, 2006.
Dang, why are there a lot of presidents that die on the 26th?
2.
It's a lot. That's not a coincidence. You know,
There's literally like 43 others that had to die on the 26th.
I mean, I see where Andrew's going. Compared to the rest of the population.
Isn't there like a crazy fact that like if there's 50 people in a room, there's like a 99% chance that 2 share a birthday or something like that?
No, that can't be right. I think you're thinking of pedophilia.
No.
Isn't that what it was?
Yep.
Yeah.
Statistically, there's one in every single comedy show.
Jeez.
It was a skit.
Yeah, so the goal, the probability that at least 2 people in the room have the same birthday. If there's 50 people in the room, it's a 97% chance. If there are 75 people in a room, there's a 99.97% chance that 2 people share a birthday.
How could? Oh, because there's only 350 days in the year.
That's 56. First.
I don't celebrate the other 6.
No, hold on.
What?
It's 365.
Oh yeah,
Jeez.
365.
Come on now. Jeez.
You threw me off at the 50. You suck.
Come on, guys. Holy crap.
Can you divide? What is
I mean, I'm not
what is
doing the
half of
probability.
2? What is half of 365?
150 plus 32 and a half. 185.
Never mind, dude. Let's just skip it.
180.
Let's not talk about it anymore.
Give
You
me the
ruined
math.
it. You ruined it.
115
You
plus
can't.
32.
No, dude. I
So
don't
it's
want to talk about it
182 and a
anymore.
half.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. December 26th is Boxing Day.
Dude, I hate British people so much.
It's National Boxing Day?
Yeah, it's because British people don't believe in Christmas. And
Why
so,
do you hate British people so much?
There's a lot of reasons, but the main one is that
Oh, wait,
they
I'm
hate
sorry.
civil liberty.
Actually, this actually has something to do
The
with
main
it.
reason is they call it football. It is not football.
Yeah, they came up with soccer. Keep it.
Listen to this. Boxing Day, except when December 26th is a Sunday. If it is a Sunday, Boxing Day is transferred to December 27th by royal proclamation.
Proclamation.
That's why the Queen died.
No, Boxing Day is like they put all their Christmas stuff up right after Christmas.
I don't think he knows what boxing is.
What?
You fight each other to the death.
No, they literally, it's called Boxing Day because you put away all your
Oh,
decorations.
put away.
Yeah.
I thought you said put up. I was like, they put up all their Christmas decorations right after Christmas.
Don't they know that the 12 days of Christmas starts on Christmas Day?
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
It starts 12 days before
No,
Christmas.
it does not.
It starts on the 13th. Idiot.
No.
You sound so stupid right now in front of all of our friends. It's also
In
the Day
front
of
of Meredith?
Goodwill, South Africa and Namibia. Hey, don't hit her. Family Day.
She's done nothing but
I
pleasure.
knew
you.
it too. Yeah, it's true. She's nothing but pleasure. The Solomon Islands celebrate Thanksgiving on December 26th.
Interesting.
They're like, thank God people know about us. That's why we're thankful. It's also Christian Feast Day.
Feast.
Earliest day on which Feast of the Holy Family can fall. Celebrated on Sunday after Christmas or 30 if Christmas falls on a Sunday.
I don't really like the wording of that.
That's the worst wording I've ever seen.
What?
They also celebrate, this is really funny, they also just celebrate a guy named Stephen
Steve.
from the Western Church.
Freaking Steve.
Sorry. God, can you make it less obvious?
Talk into your mic, Dusty.
Thank you. God. It also, you probably know about this, Andrew. It's the first day of Junkanoo, a street parade. The second day is on the New Year's Day, the Bahamas.
Why would I know that?
It just seems like something you would know.
It's because of my yearly trip
Oh, look
to
at
the
this.
Bahamas.
It's the second day of the 12 days of Christmas.
What an interesting stat.
Let's just be honest. This is Wikipedia. There's no way to trust it. Did you just go update it? Is that what you just did?
Yeah.
What a weird, what a sneaky way to do it. Down there towards the end, huh? You're really a sneaky guy. A sneaky guy.
Slippery little snake.
That was a good way to end that trivia.
Yeah.
What else we got for current events? Since it is December 26th.
Well, I just wanted to say the biggest trade in WNBA ever happened.
Oh, Jesus.
I love that joke. I think it's funny.
I mean, we did not come out on top on that one.
No, we lost on that one.
She's also a lesbian.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't really
That's why
happen.
Russia was like, get her out of here.
There is something funny I saw where so DeMarcus Cousins is like a pretty good basketball player in the NBA, like the league that people watch. And then Brittany Griner is in the WNBA, obviously.
The worst.
And she
National
said
Basketball
that
Association.
she said she would beat him 1-on-1 in like a basketball game. And they interviewed all the like Olympic NBA players, and they all just kind of like they're like, yeah, sure. I'm glad she has confidence in herself, like trying to be nice about it. And then the one dude was like, Deb thinks she's gonna beat him. He's like, does she not know that she's a woman?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
This is some big news.
I'll be honest with you. I think I could beat her in 1-on-1.
Yeah, you probably could.
I mean, she's right. I'd body her up.
Yeah, body her
How
up.
tall is she?
I mean, she's pretty tall.
But I mean, I still body her up. I got to
She can
weigh
dunk.
more than her.
She's like 6'9".
Yeah, she can
6'10".
dunk if there's no pressure.
Conspiracy theory time.
Oh, God. There's a COVID outbreak in China.
Apparently.
All right, I'm gonna let you go do that, and I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Okay.
And BBC is supporting their propaganda. You been seeing the crazy stuff in China?
No, what's going on?
They've been locking people in their homes
Why? Because of COVID?
because of COVID, zero COVID policy. They welded apartments doors shut,
Yeah.
and then the building caught on fire and 100 people died.
Then, leave China, right? Am I right?
Well, they can't.
I mean, they could have before this. If you didn't leave before this, you should have left.
Well, yeah, fair. Which makes you wonder how real. Look at this case. This is probably 2020, or I guess this year.
It's
There was,
April.
a
Yeah, it
spike.
says it right there.
And then there's another spike here. I bet these are inflated numbers.
I mean, I believe that it's very any respiratory virus is very contagious. I believe it could happen.
Well, yeah, it also makes sense that it gets in the spring and the winter, just
Yeah,
like every other.
exactly.
freaking
But
disease.
also, it's a weird policy. But that's just like how. But I don't think that's a conspiracy theory as much as it is when you
Facts.
live under a fascist dictator.
yeah,
They want to have control, and that's just if he says we want to have a zero COVID policy. I mean, that's impossible.
Tannenbaum Square is going to happen again.
Tiananmen Square.
Tiananmen Square.
Let's talk about something nice. I don't want to talk about stupid, boring.
I'm looking for news. Guns confiscated at U.S. airports.
You're looking for news? Hey, wait. Are you looking for news? Try Huey Lewis. Search Huey Lewis.
Sir Huey Lewis? They got some news.
Do you get that joke?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
I like
Caleb,
Huey
do you
Lewis.
get that joke? Huey Lewis in the news?
Oh, God.
What?
Alabama inmate baked to death in prison cell hotter than 3 hells.
Well, click on it. How hot is the third one?
How hot is one?
Oh, boy. Look at that guy. Go back up.
He's dead, dude. Chill.
No, go back up.
Go back up. I didn't see him.
Between 101 and 104 degrees.
That's not that hot.
Yeah, but in December, it's kind of hot.
What's wrong with it?
It's still not that hot. He died in that temperature?
In December 7th, 2020. Of hypothermia. Wait, I'm confused.
Hyperthermia.
Oh.
Hyperthermia. Not hypo. He's like, he was so cold. It was so hot. He was cold.
They were unaware of the HVAC system and they ignored the screams.
He was like,
I added that second part, but
they're like, shut up. So what happens when you smoke a little tiny bit of weed?
that's actually crazy. This is a crazy stat. 6,300 guns were confiscated at U.S. airports this year.
Who had it there?
I guess it's people.
Air Marshal.
Hey, let's go shooting at James. I'm going to text James today.
Okay.
When do you guys get back? When is everybody back?
I'm back 26.
I mean, truthfully,
Yeah.
the 3rd of January.
Jesus. Well,
Actually,
you don't have to
I'm
come.
back today.
You don't have
You're
to
right.
come.
Actually, I'll be back today too.
We don't really care.
But
You
then
can go
I'm
with
only
that, Andrew.
have 3 days.
Okay, yeah, we'll make sure you're there. I'm going to fire my little pea shooter. Make sure it still works. For defense. Pew, pew. Watch out, thief. I'm going to shoot you with these little grapes. Bink, bink.
I got my airsoft gun.
Ow.
It's that Subaru that I don't clean. Put super expensive gas in.
This 380 has almost the same stopping power as a 22, so I don't want to hear it, guys. That's you. We just did a perfect impersonation of you.
I'll go through my. Never mind. I can
Are
say.
you putting your arm around Meredith right now?
You're just like,
Trump is selling NFTs.
what? I saw that.
Trump. Yeah.
He's also,
Stupid.
if you buy one of those NFTs, you get put in a drawing to have breakfast with him.
That's it.
I would do it.
He's like,
Did
he
you
just takes
see,
to, like a
uh,
Holiday Inn buffet?
Did you see Hunter Biden's
Laptop?
art?
Oh,
Artwork is
We all
being
saw
sold
that.
for like 250,000.
Oh boy.
Okay.
wait, did you see the Twitter files?
Dude, the Twitter.
Oh,
It is
Dude,
kind of.
Musk-
everybody's getting in trouble.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
Musk
stuff
is out
coming
here
out.
coming after people. He's coming after the DNC. He's coming after Fauci with
Yeah.
all the vaccine stuff.
I like that.
Well, I mean, both sides were definitely saying to suppress things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Republicans
But
and
it was
Democrats both.
primarily the Democrats though.
Spoken
both-
like a true Republican.
It was both. It was
Both sides were saying stuff.
They were. That's why nobody's really talking about it
Now,
because
the
both sides
one,
were.
the one that's most concerning. I'm not even really concerned too much about that because technically the DNC and RNC are private things. They're not the government, so they can do whatever they want with Twitter.
They're like clubs.
I don't know that
Now-
you could threaten people.
Now, what's bad?
I don't know that you can threaten people outright.
Well, the recent coming out is the FBI involvement with Twitter.
That's not recent. That's been known for a while.
Well, yeah, but like the actual facts are coming out, like about how they basically were saying,
you-
like, "Hey, get rid of these people."
did you hear about Joe?
And it's like that's actual government suppressing
Did you hear?
free speech.
Did you hear Mark Zuckerberg on Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
He was like, the FBI was like, hey, and I was like, all right. I mean,
Yeah.
they actually went to Facebook and were like, hey, don't put stuff about that.
Yeah.
Like, if you hear anything about Hunter Biden's laptop, like,
It's fake.
why do you put so much video of you having sex on your laptop?
That's a good point.
Like, why would you put that on a laptop?
I don't think I know many
Is that
people.
what was on his laptop? I have no idea. I don't.
He was
follow it
having
at all.
sex with strippers and like doing coke.
But I mean, like, why would you upload it onto your laptop like a psychopath?
But like, it wasn't
he's
like.
got it neatly in folders. This is
So like, my thought
October.
was like, it was like something like illegal deals happening with his dad's connection with like different governments. And stuff
Well, I
like that
think
in the
that's
world.
happening too. I think there's people in Ukraine looking into that as well.
Okay, that's what my thought was.
And
the
the
whole,
Nazis.
I mean, what he does on his own personal laptop in his own time is up to him. If he wants to put his drug deals and his sex life on that, then
It's just like if your grandpa was like, why would you upload it onto a computer? He's like, hold on a second, I've got to finish this upload. What are you
You're
doing?
like, what do you post on YouTube? He's like, no, this is for my personal.
no,
hard
this
drive.
is not going to YouTube. This is going to Pornhub.
He's the guy that goes, I'm putting it up in the cloud. And you're like, what?
He's like, it's safe up there.
Yeah, he's like, you got to put it up in the cloud. They're like, what? I got to upload it onto my computer so I can put it in the cloud. Dude, what are you talking about? Like, what are you?
He does it
He's
while
like,
he's high on meth.
well, he's like, first I gotta put the VHS onto a DVD. Then I'll put the DVD into my computer.
Dude, rich people are
upload.
stupid.
I mean, he's really dumb.
Yeah.
Not
He did a
all.
lot of meth too.
Yeah.
He did
a
too
lot
much
of
meth.
Did a lot of drugs.
You just made a blanket statement that said rich people are stupid. Not all rich people
All right,
are
all
stupid.
right. Let me.
The majority
rephrase.
of rich people are
me
not
rephrase.
stupid.
rich and powerful
power
people's children
Okay,
are generally stupid.
that's fair. That's a fair statement.
Yeah. What are you doing today, Hunter? I don't know. Make some deals with the Russians, Ukrainians. I don't know. Have sex with some whores. I don't know.
You need my help?
Yeah. Like, no, I should have enough. I won't be around later. I got a lot of uploading to do.
Got to get into the cloud.
Yeah,
boy.
I got to hardwire my computer into the Ethernet cable. I don't really like Wi-Fi. It's too slow. So yeah, Hunter Biden, right? What else?
Rough dude.
So the Twitter files, Elon's just dumping all this stuff.
He's dumping it, man.
You all right? You're falling
I was
asleep?
just yawning. He's dumping it.
He's dumping it. Dumping a hot, stinky load all over
Dude,
Twitter.
and then everybody was so mad. They were like, "Oh my god, he's such a hypocrite. Can believe he canceled he shut down accounts that were live tweeting his plane's location."
Yeah.
I was like, I think if I was a billionaire and had the opportunity to, shut down accounts that were leaking information about my location with me and my children, and I'm a political threat at the moment, yeah, I'd cancel it.
It's pretty funny how people like immediately jump ship. They're like, Twitter needs to block people. People can't be saying mean stuff.
Yeah.
And then Elon's like, you can't know where my plane is. And everybody's like, look at this fascist.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It'll be like, you need to control the people that are gendering people, but
So
can't believe you took down.
I want to read this because I mean, this is pretty well known already.
It's from Hunter Biden's laptop.
but it's just really funny on Twitter.
True Caleb Wood.
that because so Elon Musk took over Twitter, and then Alyssa Milano,
This is funny.
she's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I gave back my Tesla and I bought a VW EV electric vehicle,
Oh, dude.
and I love it. I'm not sure how advertisers can buy space on Twitter. Publicity traded companies' products being pushed by alignment and white supremacy doesn't seem to be winning business model.
That is the funniest thing in the world.
And then these two comedians came back out and said, Volkswagen was literally founded by the Nazis and Hitler.
Yeah, they created all the cars that the Nazis drove.
like
Dude, if you're
to be the most
So funny.
uneducated. Like,
she literally said, I gave my Tesla back because of white supremacy. And I bought a Volkswagen. And she's like, and they're like, I feel like everybody was like, what are you talking about?
Like the bug used to have the swastika on it.
She's like, I bet she posted that, and then when they were like, she was like, "Dang it! All right,
All right, you got me. You got me.
whoo, this is gonna be hard to come back from." She's gonna be like, "I just want to throw it out there that I really like Jews. I don't have any issues with any Jews. I gave away my Volkswagen and I got an Audi." All right, Jesus.
I mean, really, the funny thing is like there are so many like electric vehicles anymore that like every brand is coming out, like every car manufacturer is coming out with an electric vehicle.
Yeah.
She didn't have to buy VW. She bought VW and then she went and bragged about it.
She could have bought. She's just this is an American journalist could have bought an American-made.
She could have bought an American-made electric car.
That's right.
And she was like, "This is the, am I right? Virtue signaling."
Of course,
She was virtue signaling and she was gaslighting.
Yeah.
Bingo. It was a VS GS situation.
That
GL.
is actually 2022's word of the year is gaslighting.
I still don't really know what it means.
It means you're making somebody think they're crazy for like knowing a fact,
Like
or
if,
like thinking something is true that is true. Like a good example.
For example.
Okay, let's just get it. Best example.
So like,
if you were having sex with this blow up doll, and you were like, "I can't believe you're not having sex with this blow up doll."
No.
Oh,
So it's most common in like abusive relationships.
how so?
For example, they might tell someone they are irrational until the person starts to think it must be true.
that's the number one that's the word of the year.
Yeah, I think so. Hold on.
I think it's because of the whole like, I mean, we've already gotten political, but like,
never mind.
because of the whole like
it says
vaccination system. Because like people are saying
people got gaslighted.
yeah,
That's right.
I heard somewhere that it was gaslighting, but I just looked it up and it says dictionary.com's word of the year is woman, which is interesting because they can't even define it.
You literally can't define a woman. Wait, what is dictionary.com's definition of a woman? Please click.
yeah.
Let's go to that.
I'm actually kind of.
Let's go dark on this episode.
And on the second half of this episode,
We're going to talk about trannies.
I think like Webster's dictionary changed their definition of woman too.
did they really? Gosh, so annoying.
An adult
Noun.
female person, a female employee.
Wait.
Yeah,
An
so
adult
So what's
female
the-
person.
So what's the definition of female?
they're just gonna say someone assigned female
So-
at birth,
A woman. This is really
The-
difficult, dude.
relating to or being a woman or a girl. This is a circular definition.
Oh
It's
my
impossible.
gosh.
It's,
And then under here it says biology.
it's a damn circle jerk. Oh, it's got
relating to a person with a certain combination of sex characteristics and X chromosomes. Okay, cool.
Laura made a good point that the easiest way to get done, like to fix all this is just separate gender and sex.
That's what they tried to do, but then they couldn't even stick to their own rules.
But I mean, like, dude,
That,
who?
like if you listen to like Steven Crowder, he'll do like the disagree with me, change my mind videos.
Yeah.
And they'll come in, and every single one of them, they'll be like, well, no, women, gender is what you.
what you think you
Sex
are.
is biology.
Yes,
Gender is
what
your
you
idea.
think you are.
But then
yeah.
they can't even separate it. They come back
So-
to being like, well, you're a man still.
Well, it's because they want you to call them whatever. They don't want anything to be related back to what they don't want to be.
I think I read somewhere they're going to like changing it to the like if IDs, for example, like you have both on there. So like you have your sex and then you have your gender.
Like, I don't really care
I'm
too
not-
much. I don't really.
Because like in California, for example, it's kind of dangerous right now. If you were, I can't think of you could probably help me, Caleb. Like, what is an emergency situation that you would need to know the gender of the person?
If you were going to try to have sex.
I mean,
with them.
Oh God, that sounds.
if you suspect they're pregnant or something like
Yeah,
that,
something like
then
that.
you
So-
need to know like if they're
Yeah.
Here's a real world situation.
there's, like,
Here's a real one.
Well, let me finish this real quick. So it's like,
But I'm going to give you a real thing that you
I'm
just
just
asked
saying,
for.
I'm going to tell you the law right now. Like in California,
Scumbag. He asked you, and I have an actual example.
so if you get like, if you're like unconscious or you're conscious or whatever, and you get taken into the hospital, it is illegal for nurses to ask you what you are,
What gender you
genetically.
are.
So can I give you an example?
And they don't have to tell you, and it might not be accurate on their ID.
Hypothetically,
Okay.
if you go to a call as a paramedic or some kind of health professional, and it's a male of a certain age, you have to ask qualifying questions, because if they're having a heart attack and they're on Viagra,
Right.
and you give them nitrous,
They'll die.
they'll die
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah. But that's my point. Is that like
So if you don't-
if those people were stubborn liberals and they were like, nope, I'm a man, and I'm not going to tell you otherwise, and then, or I'm a woman or whatever, and then their ID says they're a woman, and they say that you can't ask them, and say they had surgery,
Yeah.
and for some reason they're still on Viagra.
I mean, it is what it is
This
at that point. They
I
just
just think-
I mean,
But-
they kind of have what they come in if they're gonna stick
But,
to
like-
they're gonna stick to their guns.
So we can
problem,
we can just agree that like if you want to be called something different, it's fine. I don't care.
I mean, it was always like that.
But also like but there's like biology. So like if you were
Yeah.
born with a certain chromosome,
Stop changing so much stuff. Like, stop calling it chest feeding. It's breastfeeding.
the problem
all right?
is this one
Like,
of those
stop-
situations where they're give an inch, take a mile kind of situation.
Yeah.
It's like
Stop
we wanna
saying
be
guys can have kids. Guys can't have kids. It's something women are blessed to be able to do, and
Yeah.
it's an amazing thing. It's the creation of life. Like, stop saying that. Oh, I can have kids too. No, you can't, dude. No, you can't.
dude. No, you can't, dude.
Yeah, like you can't.
You can have kids.
And for the women that stick up for those guys, you're wrong.
It is a
Like,
little strange. I'll be honest.
sorry, you're gonna get me heated about stuff, and it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
What do we used to call that when Caleb got heated? It was a
Caleb's
segment.
heating up or something like
No,
that.
I forget what it was.
Hot,
now.
hot Caleb.
Caleb's hot.
Caliente Caleb.
Caliente
That's what-
Caleb. Caliente Caleb.
I mean, it's ridiculous
It
anymore.
is all kind of crazy. But Happy New Year.
Happy New
It's not New Year yet. It's not New Year yet, bro.
Happy New Year's. to
Happy
you.
day
Happy
after
December
Christmas.
26th. I hope you all had a good Christmas.
Happy day after Christmas.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed your presents.
Enjoy the new year.
Enjoyed time with relaxing.
And sex with people.
I mean, if it's consensual.
And Meredith. Andrew and
No.
Meredith. Yeah. Whoa.
We just saw abuse.
Dude. I'm calling 911.
We
I'm
just
calling the
saw
cops.
we just saw abuse.
Can you
You
say,
just hit her, dude.
Meredith, will you please explain what happened in the situation?
I was standing there. I was trying to help Andrew think
Nope.
of something and he struck me. I didn't want him to strike me, and then he hit me in the face and knocked me over. And I would like to press charges.
He said it was because of my shoulders.
Your shoulders are rough.
Golly, that's so
Don't
mean.
hit her,
Stop it. Yeah.
dude. She sat in this whole episode, barely said a word.
She's made of plastic and air.
It was like the best version of Mabry we've had so far.
Yeah.
All right, well, that was fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Sick.
Well,
Yeah.
goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Till next year.
See you next year.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.